Most of us have been taught to listen to our thoughts, but very few of us have been shown how to gently lead them. And that one shift can change everything, because here's something many of us were never taught and that I had to learn much later in life. You're not here to follow every thought your mind offers you. You are here to guide it. I've had moments, and maybe you have too, where my mind just wouldn't let something go. It kept looping, replaying, analyzing, almost like it was stuck on repeat. And no matter how much I tried to figure it out, I just felt more caught inside it. And what I didn't realize at the time was this: it wasn't the thought itself that was the problem. It was that nothing in me was stepping in to gently guide it somewhere new. Today, in this moment of divine reset, we're going to explore a simple but powerful shift: how to step into a new relationship with your mind. One where you can begin to gently lead it back to what is true, back to what supports you, and back to a place of steadiness within yourself. And as always, we'll close with a guided meditation to help you experience this shift for yourself. Let's begin. You're listening to A Moment of Divine Reset with spiritual life guide Lisa Hromada of loveistheseed.com, a soul-nourishing space for spiritual life teachings, tips, and resources, helping you deepen your spiritual foundation and recalibrate your energy so you can reclaim your inner peace and experience the possibilities, power, and potential of living a soul-aligned life. I'm Lisa Hromada, and I'm excited to share this moment with you today. I want to talk about something that I think so many of us quietly deal with, but don't always put into words. Those moments when your mind just takes over. It doesn't have to be in a dramatic way, but it can be in that subtle way where one thought turns into another, and suddenly you're in this whole story. You're replaying something, questioning something, trying to figure something out, and before you realize it, your whole energy has shifted. I had one of those moments recently. Nothing big had happened, but my mind grabbed onto something small, and I started just running with it. And I could feel it in my body. That tightening, that subtle pressure, that feeling of needing to figure it out. And what I noticed after the fact was this: it wasn't even the thought itself that pulled me in. It was that I went with it. I followed it. Like it was the most important thing in the moment. And I think that's something many of us have learned to do without realizing it. We've been taught to listen to our thoughts, to analyze them, to make sense of them. And we haven't always been shown that we don't actually have to follow every single one. And this is where something really simple but really powerful begins to open up. You can notice your thoughts without becoming them, without making a story out of them. You've probably felt this before, that moment where you catch yourself and think, why am I going down this path right now? That moment right there, that's you. That's not your mind running. That's something deeper in you noticing that your mind is running away with something, running away with a thought, creating a story around it, creating a scenario around it, creating a what if around it. And when I really started to see that more clearly, it changed the way I related to my thoughts. Now, not overnight and not perfectly. I still get caught from time to time on a thought and I'm replaying it and I'm imagining things around it, but enough to create the space, enough to recognize it more quickly. Because instead of getting pulled all the way in, I could start to pause, even just for a moment. And in that moment, there's something really important that becomes available. You get to choose. Not in a forceful way, not in a I need to fix this right now kind of a way, or something's wrong with me because I'm thinking this thought and it's getting carried away. You just notice it in a quiet, steady way, almost like gently just taking the wheel back. Because if we don't, our mind will keep going because that's what it's trained to do. It will go back to old stories, old patterns, old way of seeing things. It will project out into the future of what has not happened yet. Not because it's wrong, but because that's what it knows how to do. And I think there's a lot of compassion in understanding that. Your mind isn't trying to make things harder. It's trying to make sense of things based on what it's learned. But you have access to something deeper than that. There's a part of you that already knows how to be steady, how to really listen, how to really understand, how to see more clearly, that doesn't rush to conclusions or spiral into worst case scenarios. It's quieter, but it's there. And the more you begin to listen from that place, the more your relationship with your mind starts to change. Instead of trying to solve every thought, you might just notice it and gently ask yourself, is this where I want my attention to go right now? Is this important to me right now? Do I find value in this thought? And sometimes just asking that is enough. And you might feel into something like, what would feel a little more true than this? It's not a big leap. It's not something that you have to force yourself to believe. Just something that feels a little bit more steady, a little bit more true. And over time, those small shifts begin to add up. Because what we give our attention to, we strengthen. So if we stay inside the loop, it just keeps going. But if we begin to gently redirect, even in these small ways, we start to create a different experience for ourselves. And I think this is where we can be really kind to ourselves, because this isn't about getting it right. It's about becoming aware and choosing again, and then again, and then again, because thoughts will continually pop up. And the more that you do that, the more you start to feel something shift inside. Not because the thoughts disappear, but because you don't carry them with the same weight anymore. There's more space, there's more awareness, there's more steadiness, there's more you present in the moment. And from that place, life feels different, feels clearer, feels softer, feels more grounded. You feel more in control. And it all begins with something so simple, just noticing and gently choosing where to go from there. So let's get still. Let's take a moment and really just kind of go within ourselves, gently relax our mind, and be here together. Let's now get still and go within. This is the time of a moment of divine reset where we do just that. We take a few minutes of stillness to recalibrate, reconnect, and reharmonize through meditation, affirmation, and visualization, to temporarily take our attention away from the noise and reconnect with that steadier place within you. So let's do that now. Let's turn inward. If you can, gently close your eyes. Take a slow, easy breath in and let it go. Allow yourself simply to arrive here in a space of stillness. As you sit here, begin to notice what's moving through your mind. No judgment, no need to fix anything, just noticing. Maybe there are thoughts about your day, about someone in your life, things you need to do, something that's been on your mind recently. Just let them be there, like they are passing through. And now, gently bring your attention to the part of you that's noticing. Not the thoughts themselves, but the one who can see these thoughts, recognize these thoughts, Become aware of these thoughts. That quiet awareness that's simply here. Rest there for a moment. You don't have to push anything away or condemn the thoughts for being here. You don't have to follow anything either. Just sitting, the one who is aware. And from this place, see if you can feel into this truth. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who can gently guide them. Let that land in whatever way it does. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who can gently guide them. And now imagine for a moment that your mind can soften. Like everything loosens just a little, letting go of resistance, relaxing, surrendering, softening. And in that space, you have a choice. You might gently ask yourself, where would I like to place my attention right now? What am I valuing right now? Do I value the thoughts that are coming up? Do they serve me? Where would I like to place my attention right now? Just noticing what feels a little more supportive, a little more steady. And whatever that is, just let your attention rest there. Maybe it's your breath. Maybe it's a feeling of calm. Maybe it's a feeling of knowing that you don't have to have an answer or a solution. Maybe it's simply a thought that feels kinder, more grounding, more true for you in this moment. And as you rest there, notice how your body responds. Notice if there's a small softening, a little more lightness, a little more quiet. And from there, you might gently remind yourself, I can come back to this. I can choose again. I can guide my mind with care. Take a slow, deep breath in. Release it out. Finding the stillness between the thoughts. And in this stillness is your awareness. And with awareness, your power to choose. This steadiness, this awareness is always available to you. It is you. When it feels right, softly open your eyes. Bring a smile to your face that you have just divinely reset something new in your life in this moment. And so it is. Have a beautiful day or a restful night's sleep. And as always, relax in the knowing.